Since COVID-19, the world has undergone significant changes, and it's no longer the same as it once was, though not necessarily for the better. Everything has taken on a dull, gray hue, and in many ways, so have we. Somewhere along the way, we collectively lost a bit of our spark, and if you're honest with yourself, you probably feel it too. Every new year rolls around, and we hear the same refrain. Next year will be my year for real. Except it wasn't. Not in 2023, not in 2024, and it won't be in 2025 either, unless you force it to be. So spare me a bit of your time, and I'll help you lock in for 2025. But let's be clear, I'm not here to motivate you. Motivation is a sugar rush, and I'm not selling candy. I'm here to give you the tools, perspective, and the kick in the teeth you need to make this your actual year. Like, for real. Now, I'm not going to be too hard on you. I know you've been trying, or at least you think you have. Maybe you started a fitness plan, but quit after 2 weeks because life got busy. Or you set goals, but they were so vague, they were easy to ignore. I want to be better. Better at what? Breathing? You've been doing that since birth. Here's the thing, trying isn't enough if you're half-assing it. You're not failing because life is unfair, though yeah, it is. You're failing because you're waiting for life to miraculously align itself with your vibes, but it won't. You're the one who has to align yourself with your goals. And to do that, you need to start where it matters most, your time. You're probably used to saying, I don't have time. That's funny because you had time to scroll TikTok for 3 hours yesterday. You had time to rewatch the same show for the 4th time because it's absolute cinema. You had time to stare at the ceiling, thinking about how you have no time. Did you catch that? You do have time, you're just bad at using it. Let's do the math. You have 24 hours in a day. Let's say you sleep for 8 hours if you're lucky, work or study for another 8, and spend 2 hours eating and existing. That leaves you with 6 hours. Now ask yourself, what am I doing with them? If you can't answer that without stuttering, you found your problem. We live in an era where you can learn literally anything for free or close to it. Want to start a business? There are tutorials, templates, and even AI tools that'll practically walk you through the process. Want to get fit or shredded? There are apps, YouTube channels, and communities to keep you accountable. Want to learn a new skill? Platforms like Coursera, Skillshare, or even TikTok, if you follow the right creators, have you covered. So why are you using your phone to scroll aimlessly instead of using it to level up? Technology isn't the enemy here, you are. Your phone is a tool, but if you treat it like a toy, it'll treat you like a joke. And even then, tools are just tools. They're useless without a plan, which brings me to my next point. Systems. Saying I want to save money is cute, but what's your plan? Are you tracking expenses, automating savings, or just hoping your bank account will surprise you like a pop quiz on Monday? The same goes for fitness, learning, relationships, everything. Goals are basically useless without systems. Systems are what make you show up on the days you don't feel like it. They're the boring routines that actually get results. They're the meal preps, the study schedules, the workout plans. They're what separate the people who achieve from the people who talk about achieving. And while we're at it, let's address the ugly grind and why you should embrace it. Most of what will make you successful isn't exciting. It's boring. It's repetitive. It's waking up early to work out when you'd rather sleep. It's saying no to plans so you can study. It's putting in effort when no one's clapping for you. The grind isn't supposed to feel good. It's supposed to feel necessary. And the sooner you stop expecting every step to be fun, the sooner you'll start seeing results. Of course, the grind doesn't have to be the old-fashioned way. Times have changed, and you need to recognize the massive potential and opportunities sitting right in front of you. But you know what else is massive? We're living in the most resource-rich era of all time. There's no excuse for being ignorant or stagnant. Want to make more money? Money-making opportunities are everywhere. Want to learn coding, public speaking, singing, dancing, drawing, editing, animating, writing, or even touching grass? Free tutorials exist. Want to get better at anything? Google it. Even if it's not always accurate, you'll still learn something. Do you see it now? You're not struggling because there's a lack of opportunities. You're struggling because you're not grabbing them. And no, scrolling through success content isn't the same as taking action. You might be watching this video and listening to my advice, but are you actually putting in the work? Stop being a passive consumer of inspiration and start being an active participant in your own life. That being said, there's still one problem: balance. You've been sold this idea that you can balance everything perfectly: work, life, growth, rest. But it's not that easy, and it's kind of overrated too. If you want something badly enough, you have to let other things slide. That doesn't mean burning out, but it does mean prioritizing like your life depends on it, because it kind of does. You're not going to achieve your goals by squeezing them into the cracks of your schedule. They need to be front and center, not an afterthought. And to do that, you need to answer one big question: am I really trying? It's easy to say you're trying, but are you really? Or are you just dabbling? There's a difference between effort and consistent effort. One gets you short-term results, if that, and the other transforms your life. Be honest with yourself. If you're not where you want to be, is it because the world is against you, or because you're not fully committed? I'm not saying this is someone perfect, because I'm not, but I can confidently say I'm the best version of myself I've ever been, and a big part of that is because I stopped waiting for life to hand me success and started forcing it. If I can do that, what's stopping you? This is just a wake-up call, a reminder. I'm not going to end this by saying something cheesy like, "You've got this." You might not have this. That's up to you. But what I can say is that if you decide to lock in, like really lock in, 2025 can be the year you stop saying, "Next year will be my year for real," and start saying, "This year is mine." The world isn't going to fix itself for you. It's gray and colorless, and that sucks. But you're smart, you're strong, you're adaptable, and most of all, you're a cutie pie. You can fix yourself, and maybe that'll bring a little color back into everything else too. So are you in, or are we having the same conversation next year? You tell me.